Carlos Ulberg, back in New Zealand after your UFC debut. Obviously, the result didn't go how you want, but I mean,
Yeah,
man, that's one way to make your entrance in the UFC.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, like, I've had a bit of time, like, even right away, straight after the fight, I sat back and watched my fight on the video so many times, and I knew so many things that I could have done better, or some things that I have been working on that I just didn't manage to get at the time. But I'm so happy with how the whole fight played out. Um, with the amount of I guess I got the fight of the night, man, and that was the main thing that going into this fight, that was one thing that one big goal that I wanted to hit was to get the fight of the night. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win of the night, but but um, but what's his name? Nzechukwu, he is strong, man. I was digging in some of those punches and just with his willpower, his mindset and everything. Even while I was in the fight, I could sense it, and I knew that he had so many people praying for him, man. And he's a great dude. I spoke to him after the fight as well, and even going back and forth with messages. And he's a great dude, and I wish nothing but success for him in the near future as well. And I think he'll go far. He's a very strong opponent, and if he keeps with his will and his mindset, he'll go very far, man. So I even sat down with Eugene and had a bit of a chat with that, and he was a perfect opponent for me for my debut in the UFC because he challenged me in a different way where some of the guys that I fought in the past were not able to. His will was strong, and even though I was getting him with so many punches, he just wouldn't go down, bro. So and it goes to show that there's so much more than trying to whale a lot of punches and kicks on somebody, but to use the noodle up here, bro. So yeah, many things I could have done, but that's just time for us to go back and learn lot more for me to be more confident in many other ways. There was times in there where I thought, man, should have taken him. Should I take him down? But because of my comfortability at the time, I thought, okay, maybe not. Maybe I won't take him down. There was about a break of about 5 seconds where I had him there, where I was like, okay, should I take him down right now? I said, nah, maybe I won't, because if I do, and I end up stuffing it up, then hey. But yeah, man, it was good. I enjoyed it, the whole thing, and I'm in the place that I've been dreaming of for the last for years, man. So I'm only grateful and to be on such a card and to get fight of the night on such a massive card, man. It's an accomplishment on its own.
Obviously, Eugene sort of pointed out that he was able to choose your opponent for this fight. And a lot of people seemed to take that as he had chosen the easiest guy for you, even though Eugene had specifically said that Kennedy was the one who presented the biggest challenge for you. Even maybe Saif Saud in his corner yelling out to you chose the wrong guy at the end of the fight. Like, what did you think about all those sorts of comments? Because like Kennedy is a very, very strong and good fighter. I mean, you look at his two previous UFC fights, he was beating Paul Craig until he got submitted at the end, and then came back and had a pretty impressive win. Like that's not an easy debut, man.
I know, man, and like I said, I'm quite happy that I got that fight as a debut, because he's not a boring fighter. He's a stand-up fighter. He also has a bit of groundwork, but I think he was more confident with the stand-up, and he did everything he needed to do in that fight. It's just that I didn't capitalize on it, or I didn't think about the things. But in terms of me getting this fight, it was more the other fighters that would have come our way were I guess boring fighters, where they were more wrestlers and we'd just be on the ground for the 15 minutes. So what what this was more about was an exciting fight. So we were able to showcase a different, showcase me. You know what I mean? Be able to throw punches, be able to do what I needed to do, and I found myself getting comfortable in the MMA cage. Different to having full gloves, 10-ounce gloves, and I learned from that how to block in the mixed martial arts cage and how to position myself in the mixed martial arts cage. But this fight was more to showcase myself, to show everybody that this is the kind of skill that we have. This is the capabilities that we have. So yeah, bro, it was. I'm happy that this all planned out, but unfortunately we didn't get the win. But man, it's we're still winning. We're still winning no matter what.
Just take me through that first round. I've got a few numbers here, courtesy of MMA by the Numbers on Twitter. In round one, you guys combined for 121 significant strikes, which was the most in a UFC light heavyweight fight. I mean, can you just talk me through that round and obviously, first round in the UFC, how you were feeling and just how that progressed?
Yeah, well, honestly, bro, like at first, because I mean, going into this fight, I knew, okay, I'm gonna get the fight of the night. That was one of my main goals, is to get the fight of the night. Obviously, to get the win, but I just wanted to showcase that I'm an exciting fighter. I can bang and I can, last long. But the thing is, I wanted to go in and take my time. I wanted the whole 3 rounds to last. But then when I went for that first bit of exchange and I've seen that he was a bit dazed, I thought, okay, this is my opportunity. Everything just went out the window. I was like, okay, boom, this is time to finish him. But I guess, it was more of a bluff from him, really. So when I tried to wail all those punches and seen him not real fall, it kind of took away from me and my energy. I was like, oh, no, he's not falling. But I kept going at it and kept throwing some punches. And, with that first round, man, I just kept throwing and throwing. And it was nice that he kept coming forward, back and forth. So it was a back and forth kind of thing. And it was a real good challenge for me. So and I've gone back and I've sort of just looked back on that first round and I just think, well, I'm actually proud with how it all went down and with my amount of punching that I'd thrown. So yeah, man, I'm happy that I got comfortable in there. That was the main thing, is that I got a bit comfortable with being able to deal with the punches, because usually I'd rather not get hit. So it was more of a mental thing where when I was in there, I thought, okay, I'm in here, I'm throwing punches, I can slip and slide. I'm in his range. This is what it feels like to get hit with MMA gloves in this cage, because it's so much different to when you're fighting with the big gloves in the boxing or kickboxing ring. So the main thing I got that one main thing that I got from that fight was I can deal with being able to take punches like that, but then obviously I need to learn how to block in certain ways for MMA gloves. So going into the second round, I got that Eugene needed me to slow down and not worry about trying to finish him. And I think that's where I come back and started to pick my shots a bit more now. But by then my gas tank had sort of come down a bit more, and he'd reserved himself. Most of the fight, he just had his hands up, which is good to his benefit. I mean, he had his hands up like this, and I thought, okay, maybe this is the time for me to start wailing on him. But I've learned that in MMA that, you could get your block up and then come back. It's 5 minutes in there, bro. So, it's I haven't really gone 5 minutes in a ring. So it's different for me. So it's a very big learning with many different things in the octagon. So I've learned different things.
Yeah, like you say, 5 minute rounds. It's a little bit different to kickboxing. obviously you say, you got tired. It was quite clear you were fatiguing sort of later in the second round. What
Yeah.
do you think you need to do to sort of get more accustomed to that? Is it just a matter of more cardio training? Is it just a matter of, not
Yeah,
throwing
no, like
80
it's
strikes in the
it's
first round?
yeah, no, I mean my cardio is good. My cardio is really good. It's not really a thing of cardio. It's more being able to understand um, how to reserve myself and what to do, how to put myself in positions, and to understand the ring, to understand um, the art of MMA, as it's different to a 3 minute round. Um, Understand that there's ways of taking someone down and being comfortable in there. So it's not really a lot of people are like, oh, you need to do your cardio, but it's not like my cardio is great. It's amazing. I'm fit. It's just a matter of understanding, okay, when I should explode, when not to, how to prevent from getting punched in certain ways, or distance myself or whatever. So my cardio is great. Is amazing. It obviously could get better, but it's not a matter of the cardio. It was just a matter of how I needed to 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 take this fight on. As I said, um, Kennedy was blocking up most of the fight to his benefit, and he didn't manage to get any good full-on blows from me. So, yeah, man, yeah.
Just looking at the rest of the fight, obviously a couple of teammates fighting. Kai finally got his knockout. Just
Wow.
when you sort of are over there as a team, you got teammates on the card. And, I mean, you lose, Kai wins. Izzy loses. Just how was the general sort of feeling amongst the team just throughout the night?
Yeah, it was different. I mean, I was at the back, just waiting to be taken back to the hotel. But I was watching. I asked them if I could just stay and watch Kai's fight on the screen. So I stayed back and watched his fight. And man, he's got we call him the 2+2. So he's got that 2 and the uppercut and then the 2. So yeah, it was really good to see him finish like that, and then also get the performance of the night. So myself and Frankie were at the back, just in the back, just at the ends of our seats, with him, to his back being taken, just worried a bit for him there, but then he managed to get that win, which was great, amazing. And then we got taken back to the hotel. Izzy was still back at the hotel. We're watching a few fights, and everything was just normal. But then, and I think he did well too. With Israel did really well in his fight too. And but the energies are great, man. We're all taking it as a learning thing, and it's not a loss for us. It's more of a learning thing, and will continue to be amazing for us all.
What's next for you? How soon do you want to turn it around and get back in? Obviously, you got plans to do some exploring. Obviously, straight away.
Yeah.
So
as soon as I get out of quarantine, bro, I'm gonna go on my little trip around South Island, and just to get out, because I went 3 camps nonstop. So that's 6 to 8 weeks per camp, and that was all nonstop without much of a break, without family time. So I want to spend a bit of time with my family, and I want to see a bit of the outside world, and then just get back out in bush and connect again, and then come back to training. So I'll spend about a week out, and then I'll come back to training. But I'll still be doing my normal routines. It doesn't mean I'm going to be on the couch doing nothing. I'll be out and about doing my stuff, and then I'll come back and just get myself excited again, get myself refreshed for training again. So go back to the gym as soon as I come here. Get out of quarantine, go say my highs to everybody, so and then I'll get out on a little trip in the van and go around the South Island, bro. So I'm excited for that, man. And then autumn is the perfect time to get out. and see the South Island, bro. So it'll be an amazing trip for me.
I noticed you've been playing a lot of chess in quarantine. Who's the master, and who are the easy beats in the team?
The master is Tristam. He's the man. He's the grandmaster, bro. So he's I can never beat him. he's too good, bro. So yeah, he's one day I'll hope to beat him one day. I'm learning though, bro. Do you play chess?
Yeah, I've just started playing on chess.com a little bit. It's quite a good little site to just flick on if you got some time to kill. Just play like a 10-minute, 30-minute game.
Yeah, when I was in it is there, bro. When I was in San Diego, it's a really good thinking game. So it puts you at a strategy with your mind, and I guess how you can work things. So yeah, man, that's why I chose to play that game, is just so that I can get my mind into I guess a calmness and to learn from the game. There's so much to learn from the game.
So man, well, I'll leave it at that and let you get back to quarantining and whatever it is you guys do in quarantine. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, no doubt we'll catch up soon.
Appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.